Alrighty, in part 2 of this 3-part tutorial series, we're going to talk about managing designs and design templates in InkSoft, including creating your own interactive design templates, which is a really cool and powerful feature in InkSoft. Alright, so to begin, let's first talk about subscribing to the design templates that are available in InkSoft. Now, again, you have controls to manage clip art and designs on a store-by-store basis. So what I can do is navigate to a store. I can select from the Designs drop-down menu. Here you can see 4 different options. The first thing you want to do is go to Design Subscriptions, and you want to make sure that you're properly subscribed to the design templates that are available in InkSoft. And there's really 2 core sort of categories. You can see here InkSoft Template List, and you can see the templates that are available. So there's currently 1,162 in 159 different categories. And you can see here there's also school templates. And you can see that there's 240 in 17 different categories. Now, these are provided in 2 different categories for the express purpose of creating a school, sort of athletic-driven template category. So if you're creating a high school store, you probably want to select School Template List. This is all, again, sports-related, collegiate-oriented, high school-oriented art content. And then you could deselect the balance or the other InkSoft templates, which could be things like holidays and extreme sports and things of that nature. So that is the subscriptions, and of course you can get an indication what's active. You could deselect one of these and click Save, and that will effectively remove those design templates. Now you can also click where it says Example Templates. You can click View Catalog, and this is your opportunity to get a sense of what these designs look like in this particular store. So if I click View, you can see these are all the template categories, and kind of gives you a sense of what's available in that particular offering. So again, that's the subscriptions. We intend to, on a continuous basis, to add to this, and the fact that it's a subscription means if we add content, it flows in automatically. So it's like a magazine subscription. It just comes to you in the mail sort of automatically. So that's the value of subscribing to design templates. Okay, back to the Designs drop-down menu. Again, there's 3 other core options here. Let's kind of working from the bottom to the top. Category cover art. So each of these design templates, they're organized into categories, as you've seen. So the school list templates are organized into 17 different categories. We give you the opportunity to change the cover art, and that's basically the thumbnail graphic that represents the categories of clip art. So you don't have to stick with these. If you want to change athletic department templates, maybe you have your own desired image to use to represent these design templates. You have the ability to browse for clip art, and you can upload that cover art. So when you're designing this, make sure you're designing it in a square. So you can see alumni templates, you can see the background is gray. So the rule of thumb, virtually everything that you'll do in InkSoft will always be square. If you're creating a product, you'll want to create a 500 by 500 pixel square, and then orient your product in that square. So these are a square thumbnail. So design something that's 500 by 500 pixel, browse for that file, and then you can upload it, and that will change the cover art that's going to represent your design template. So again, you're not stuck with these. If you want to customize them, feel free. The capability is there. Again, as you've seen under Designs, Category Cover Art. All right, Design Categories. This is where you can manage the actual categories that display. So let's let this particular page load. And we have some additional controls as it relates to managing our design templates. So you can see here, again, I have a shortcut to managing the cover art that displays. I can review any duplicate categories. So InkSoft will go and seek out any duplicates that you may have. And of course, I have a back button to get to the main workspace as it relates to templates. So here's our categories. So I have the ability to, as you can see with the red X, I can delete a category. You can see next to that I can update a category, and I also have the ability to add a child. So just like with products, a parent category is like a core category. For example, as you can see here, holiday would be a parent category, and then you can see under holidays, these are subcategories: Christmas, Easter, Halloween. So this is your opportunity to create a child category, or at the very top, I can create a brand new category. So you also have the ability to add a design to an existing template category. So I can click Add Designs. That's going to give me the ability to add content directly into an existing template category. So pretty basic controls here, as you've seen. Again, if you find that you're missing something, like I created an MMA, mixed martial arts, section, I have the ability to delete that if I should choose. So again, pretty straightforward controls. in this particular section. Now I can also marquee or globally select. So if I say, you know what, I don't need MMA anymore, I also want to delete choir, whatever would be relevant, I can go and select a few categories. Let's find another one that we may want to delete. I'm just going to delete MMA, but I can go and select all the categories that I do not want, and I have the ability to remove selected categories, and you can see that that's going to do the thinking and remove that particular category. Now the reminder is that when you make these changes, they're on a store-by-store basis, so you can really uniquely merchandise your stores. So if you have a high school store, that's going to probably require unique products and unique artwork, and that's the value of being able to do this on a store-by-store basis. Okay, let's go to the next option, which is design templates. After we go through this workflow, we're going to talk about actually creating our own design templates, which is, in my estimate, one of the most powerful functions available in InkSoft. Okay, so here is the core area for managing design templates. So as you can see here in your main dashboard, you have the ability to add more templates to this store. So again, reaching out to the subscription and adding more content to the store. Again, you can manage your categories and also subscriptions. So these are kind of like just quick access to some of these other functions that we worked through, working our way bottom to top. Filter categories. If I want to see all of the artwork that happens to be in American Pride, I can make that selection, and I also have the ability to target in even more. I can say, where is it coming from? I want to see the American Pride designs that came from the InkSoft collection, or maybe all sources, maybe all of the artwork or all the design templates I've created and that are also available in the InkSoft subscriptions. You can even search for a design based on a keyword or series of keywords. So here I can go and click Filter Templates, and InkSoft is effectively going to say, okay, you want to see all of the American Pride designs from all sources. It's going to display those now in your workspace. And I had Show Featured Only, so I have this design that's featured. I can go ahead and untick that and say Filter Templates to see all of the American Pride designs that are displaying. So that's the workflow for filtering your design templates, just to see, get a quick preview of what's available. Now I also have the ability to do a number of other things. We're going to go back to our main workspace here. So I'm going to clear that filter, meaning no longer search for just that particular category and source. So again, here's all my design templates displaying. And of course I have the ability to go and select some of these templates and delete, or I can click the green pencil icon, which is the ability for me to edit that particular design. So notice this, if I go and select multiple options here, they highlight so I know what's been selected. And what I can do is there's batch controls here, so I can edit selected templates. I can copy selected templates and then assign it to a category. So there's a number of different functions here. Delete, if you want to go and batch delete, if you find that there's a bunch of erroneous templates that you just want to remove entirely, maybe you used it for a project, you're not going to use them again, and you want to clear up the clutter, you have the ability to do that. I can also assign these to a category, or I can move to a category. So if something is in American Pride, but I want to move those into, patriotic, I have the ability to either move or assign design templates to categories, and that's going to help you organize specific templates and designs. Now when you're using these filtering controls, you also have the ability to select or unselect all templates. So if I filter, and maybe I have 100 design templates that are in soccer, and I've filtered for soccer templates, I want to select all of those soccer templates, and I also want to I want to move those or assign those to a new category. I have the ability to use all of these controls in tandem, which is the really nice thing. Now let's get into the minutia here, and let's talk about actually editing. And I'm going to share with you two functions that are really, really powerful. The edit function, which is represented by this green pencil icon, and then right next to it we have a copy design option. So start with number one. If I click the green pencil icon, our page will update here, and a number of important things. And we're going to get into this in just a minute when we talk about creating design templates. But anytime you create a design and save it, it has a memory. And it remembers what product you saved it on, what printing location you saved it on, all of the details. So you can see here, when I created this design template, I created it left chest on a white hooded sweatshirt, and that's what displays now. So what we're going to do is we're going to work from the top, sort of bottom here. So I can search for text that's available. So if I had a really complex design with maybe 6 different text elements, I could search for text and then replace. So you notice this design says State Champs. Well, what if I wanted to replace this text, as you can see down here from the very bottom, what if I wanted to replace this with Go Bears? I could just type in Go and then type in Bears, and automatically InkSoft is going to replace the text, keeping the same elements, the same arch effect, the same style of text, the same colors. So that's a really powerful way for you to take a template and maybe modify it with unique text. So that's the replacing text function. Now, some important things, and again, we're going to try to work top to bottom. I can customize this design, which, if I click Customize Design, that will launch this into the Design Studio where I can make edits and modifications to this. I can re-render the design. So if I do replace the text, I have the ability to update the design by clicking Re-render. Now you can also see Create Static Product. So you can see here I created this design, I made it left chest on a white hooded sweatshirt. What if I want to sell that and it's already decorated and done? I can click on Create Static Product, which is going to give me the opportunity to create a product that's for sale, meaning there is the design, it's positioned, it's placed, all the decisions are made. I just want to sell that product. Now, while InkSoft is thinking, I'm going to open up an example to show you a visual before we get into this so it's not so cryptic. Creating static products is a really, really powerful way, again, to merchandise. Let me give you an example of a static product. This is a static product. So as you can see, as I hover my mouse over this product, it's decorated. The color of the product is selected. All the client can do is add this to the shopping cart and check out. So there's no decision making. So you notice if I go back in time here, you can see now, create a static product. We have a design. What products do I want to sell this on? I want to take this graphic and make it available on a singular color. So I can create a static product with just one color, a white and black raglan jersey, or create with all colors. So I'm going to go ahead and take this raglan jersey and take the State Champs theme and say create with all colors. And we're going to let InkSoft go and basically create a unique product with this graphic on every one of these raglan jerseys in all of these colors. Now, depending on the complexity of the artwork and depending on how many colors you're going to publish, this takes anywhere from 30 seconds to maybe a minute and a half to process because we're creating a unique thumbnail for every one of these products. So let InkSoft do the thinking, and it's again going to create, let's see how many different colors here. It looks like there's probably about 15 different colors. So InkSoft is creating 15 unique products with 15 thumbnails, indexing those 15 products. So be patient, let it process. And once it's done processing, you're going to see here a new window is going to load where it's going to display all of those static products. So you can see here, because this was a left chest design, notice if I click on this, it took the graphic and put it left chest on this raglan jersey. Now I just created a static product with all of these unique colors. So you can see how powerful it is to take a design template and build these unique static products. So what I would do at this stage now is just dial in the product details. So I can change the name of this. We're going to name this Bears State Champs. And I can use the product controls here just to effectively do things like what stores should this be available in. Well, I want to make this available in InkSoft and also Butler Bulldogs, and those are the only two stores. I can also put this in a category of product. So where would this belong? I'm going to add this to hemp bags just as a quick example here. Then I can also choose what sizes are going to be made available. So I only want to make this available in large and XL because it's a standard design. So save those changes. And what I can do at this stage, once everything is saved properly, and we want to make sure that these are in fact an active product, I can view it on the website just to see that it's been properly saved and processed. So you can see here, view on website. So I'll make that selection, and here we can see all of those static products made available. So you can see here that I can hover my mouse to get a preview. So you can see it's left chest, it's on the product that we selected, and you can see as I hover my mouse over these different colors, so I'm going to hover over white and cardinal, you can see how that product updates in real time. The client actually sees the design on white and royal. There is no opportunity for the client to customize this. All they can do is choose their variation of color, they can choose their quantity, and they can add it to the cart and check out. Really powerful way to convert your designs into a pre-decorated, uncustomizable products. So very smart to cater to two types of shoppers: those that want to buy something that's already designed, no decision making, and those that want to personalize and customize. They have that flexibility. Okay, let's jump back to the config menu, and we'll navigate back to the config menu, and we're going to go back to designs and design templates. So one thing I want to share with you, we talked about the ability to edit a design template. So I'm going to go back and click that green pencil icon to edit. And I took you through the process of creating a static product. But in this workspace, again, working top to bottom, I can change the name of this. So if I don't want to name this Art Brands, but I want to name it, Go Bears, I can rename a design template anytime. I can also change the style that this is made available on. So effectively, this is going to, if I want to merchandise this on a blue hooded sweatshirt as a suggested product, I can do that in this particular workflow. I can also assign to the appropriate categories. A lot of controls here. I can feature a product. I can add keywords to a specific product. And again, I can change or replace the text. Go ahead and save those particular changes, and that's now been updated. Okay, we're going to go back to the previous window, where, as you can see, I changed the color background that's representing this product. What I can do is I can copy this design. This is such a powerful way for you to take a really cool theme that you've created or something that's already in the system. You can copy it, and notice now it says Go Bears Copy. Well, I'm going to change this to State Champs. Now that I've copied this, I want to replace the text. So instead of State Champs, I want this to say Bears, and I want this to say 2011. Oops. So you can see I'm replacing the text now. So watch this. I'm going to click Finish, and we're now going to replace the text that's in this design, and I've changed the name of this design. So think about it this way, is creating one theme one time and then being able to copy and clone it and create unique variations of it. So you can see now that it's marked as rendering. So it's going to take a moment to render this particular design. Oftentimes if you refresh the page, it will continue to process that rendering. It will kind of force it through. Sometimes it takes a minute or more to process. But as we come back to this, again, I've changed the name. The text is going to be changed in this, and I can continue that process. In fact, this is how we created different design templates. You create one theme, and then you create a version for soccer, basketball, baseball, football. Create a new theme. Same thing, create unique variations and flavors of that particular design. So let's give this a second, and we're going to re-render this or refresh this page so you can see how that's been copied and the text has been changed dynamically. All right, now you can see our design has finished rendering after we copied and replaced the text. You can see that now here on the left-hand side. So again, the ability to take a design template and copy it, replace the text, make modifications to it, and continue that process is going to help you build up a nice bank of design templates. All right, I'm going to show you a few more functions before we get into the process of actually building and designing your own templates from scratch. So one thing I want to point out, the function here where my mouse is hovering, add more templates to store. This is a freaky feature. This blows people away. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to select, you can read the descriptions for these functions. I'm not going to go through all of them. I want to point out the function at the very bottom. This allows you to copy design templates and then replace the text and the primary color on a global basis. And before I get into this, let me first do this. I'm going to open up a new window here, or rather we'll just go to this other window, and I'm going to show you an example of what this feature does. It's a little easier to show you and then explain it. So here I'm going to click on Design Templates from this particular store, and what I want you to notice, or the first thing you'll notice, is all of these are in red and they all say Hillcrest Cougars 2011. So we have 100 plus design templates that are all personalized for this particular store. So this is a feature inside of InkSoft that allows you to effectively go and choose a template category or categories, and then again you can replace the text, you can replace the primary color automatically. So I can say, you know what, I want to take athletic department templates, baseball, basketball, cheerleading, soccer, softball, whatever template categories are relevant, and I have the ability again to replace the school name. So if I want this to say, you know, whatever school would be relevant, so Hilldale, and then I could put in mascot, I could put in Bears, and then year, you know, if the template has year in it, I can replace it with 2011, and then I can choose a primary color. So if I want to replace it with, say, red or, you know, a shade of green, whatever, you know, color is relevant, I have the ability to again automatically take these templates, replace the school name, the mascot, the year, and the primary color. So if I go down here and copy those templates, it's going to automatically create those unique templates for this store, and you can see how InkSoft processes that. So this is, again, going to allow your shoppers to get to a web store, and there's going to be pre-formatted designs that are already sort of suitable for that particular organization. So there's really not a whole lot of customization necessary. You know, somebody could choose a product, they could see how this design looks on that product, and maybe they're going to be satisfied with that look. They can then just add to the cart, check out, and complete that process. So again, this is sort of a rapid way to merchandise pre-designed templates for a specific store. So that's the copy template function. Now let's switch gears and let's talk about actually constructing your own design templates. Now there's a number of ways you can do this. Number one, I can go to My Account, and from My Account, I have the ability to click on My Images. Now you'll see below that says My Designs. These are all the design templates that you create in the workflow that I'm about to show you. Now in this Vantage here, notice if I hover my mouse over a design template, notice it's going to toggle to whatever product I happen to have saved this particular design template on. So you can see now it toggles to the product that was saved as a result of this process. So you can see again as I hover my mouse over these different objects, you can see this particular design. I produced left chest and also looks like on the back, full back. So that's going to update and show you those particular decoration areas. So pretty cool controls, just to see how you merchandise these particular products. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go to My Images. Again, this is going to give me the opportunity to convert a piece of clip art that I've uploaded. And again, if you watched part 1 of this tutorial series, you saw the process of uploading clip art. Now I want to transform a piece of clip art into a design template. So I'm going to take this soccer background 2. I'm going to click on the function that says Create Design. And what that's going to do is allow me to take uploaded clip art into the Design Studio, and then I have the ability to personalize or customize that clip art. So again, I've said Create Design from clip art, and here's that clip art file. So of course I have the ability to size, position, and place this. So this is clip art. However, when I add text to this design, it is officially a design template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to put in we'll put in state champs. So we'll type in that text, and I'm going to change the size of this. So let's go change this to a different size, and I'm going to reduce the size of this and space it. I guess I should spell that properly. So let me go put in champs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a curve, and I can control the spacing. I can control all the details of this particular font here. So I'm going to position this wherever it would be suitable. So I'm going to curve that a little bit more. Maybe I'll change the spacing ever so slightly. Space the characters of text out. Again, adjust this. So when I'm satisfied with the way this looks, when I click Save, this has memory. We've talked about that a little bit through this process. So remember, memory. So if I click on this text or this clip art and maybe I recolor it, I assign that same color to this text. What I can do at this stage is now position and place this. So if I want to sell this as a left chest design, I'm going to position this left chest. If I want this to be full front, lower right, whatever decoration area, however I size and place this and position it, InkSoft is going to keep a memory of that, including the product. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go change the product just so I can really exemplify how this works. So I'm going to put this on a hooded sweatshirt, and we'll put this on a let's say Athletic Heather hooded sweatshirt. So you can see that load now. So what I'm going to do at this stage, I'm still signed in as an admin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click Save. And you can see here I can name this. So again, a name, just like you learned in the first video in this series, is whatever name you assign this, that's going to be the name that's going to display publicly. It's also going to be keywords that can display for the search engine. So I'm going to put in soccer, t-shirt, whatever it may be. Go ahead and save that template, and you can see saving, and that's now saved as a design template. Now to retrieve this, to find this, I'm going to go to My Account. I'm going to go and leave this page. Go back to My Account, and I'm going to go to My Designs. That is where I will find this design template. So you can see that display now. Again, if I were to hover my mouse over this thumbnail, it's going to show me the product that this was saved on, just like we showed you earlier, so I can kind of get a sense of how I originally merchandised this. Whatever product you save to this design becomes its featured product, or its suggested product rather. So you can see that thumbnail preview. I also have the ability to click on this to get a larger or high-res preview. If you ever want to go back and see some of your designs and how they were positioned, you have the ability to click to get a large preview. So in this case, I can remove this design. I can always rename. So you can see there's an option to rename the template. So if I want to name this soccer, clip art, or soccer t-shirt, whatever it may be, soccer designs, and maybe soccer designs 1, soccer designs 2, I can name these and just save that, that named file. Now what I want to do, I want to actually add this to the store. So I'm going to click Add to Store, and this is really the magic part. When I click Add to Store, you're going to get, sort of return right back to that template editing window where you have the opportunity to do a number of things. You have the ability to select this design and click Edit, and then of course I can assign keywords. I can choose to make this a a featured product. So I can use all the controls that we talked about earlier, which is the ability to edit a specific design, to assign keywords, and do all those other functions. So that's the process of creating an interactive design template. As you can see, it's a pretty easy workflow. Again, you can create your own design templates and then clone it to create a new project. So that's been sort of a complete walkthrough of managing and creating design templates in InkSoft. One other quick point that I'll make, I'm actually going to migrate right back to the Design Studio, is you can also use the Design Studio as a tool to just simply upload clip art. So what I can do now is I can upload an image, and I can actually upload right from my computer. So let's go back to a file. I don't have any files on my computer, but nonetheless, I can even reach out and grab some of the clip art that's already in the system. So if I want to grab a football helmet and then add my own text and customize something, I have the ability to create templates using artwork that's already in InkSoft. So if you find that there's some really valuable content and you want to create some dynamic templates from clip art, again, here's a piece of clip art. I'm going to put in Rush Week. And I'll go and position and place this wherever it's relevant, design it, and again, I can save. So you can use the artwork that's already in the system, so you don't have to even upload your own clip art. So a pretty powerful way to save time and go through that process very quickly. So let's. So I'm satisfied with the way this looks. Again, save, and I'll name this as Rush Week, and save template. And once you do this a couple times, it's going to be a very, very fast process. In fact, you'll probably create a few variations of designs. So maybe create a few more graphics. Go to My Account, My Designs, and you'll see that Rush Week theme displaying, and that's going to be interactive. Your clients have the ability to choose that design, dynamically modify it, and go on to complete a purchase.